We did a little bit of DC, did a little MCU. Now we're in our kind of scattered category of could be anything, but this time we are going to focus on Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 3. It is officially announced that the movie will begin filming in spring of 2020, to the shock of a lot of people because the second movie kind of didn't do that hot.
Man, it made $200 million less than the first one.
Yeah. So it's happening. Warner Brothers has even said they've still got 3 more planned, which is actually 1 more than when the first movie came out.
They announced 5 to begin with.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. And now they're saying they've got 3 more.
On top of this one or with this one?
I think on top of this one, which may, in my opinion, be a little bit of an oversaturation of it. First off, it should have never been called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because the whole second movie wasn't even about that. But off on a tangent. But like I said, moving forward, it is going to begin production in spring 2020, and the movie has been announced via Deadline that it is going to continue the theme of going to different places all over the world, and Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, is going to be where a good portion of this movie is going to take place. If you remember, the first one took place in New York, the second one took place in Paris, France. Now we are going to South America, taking Rio de Janeiro as the place that we will be seeing this movie filmed. Although they did say that there will be a heavy Hogwarts feel with the movie. Going back to Hogwarts, I mean, people are obviously that it's the draw. It's your draw of the original Harry Potter. Jude Law's Dumbledore was fantastic.
People will have a much bigger role.
Yes, they did say he has a much bigger role. And with that, they did say that Jessica Williams will have a bigger role in this film with her character Professor Eulalie Hicks, which her nickname is Lolly. So I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Eulalie. And she's a teacher at Ilvermorny, which is the American equivalent to Hogwarts. If you didn't know, like that. And she is going to have a bigger presence than she did in the second movie, which she had like a quick little role. I don't even remember her part in it. But her acting, I guess, is going to be a lot more. I'm sure she's a Hogwarts professor, so I'm sure her and Dumbledore will have some type of connection moving forward. But yeah, we're going to South America on this one, which, if you didn't know, really quickly, is that there is a wizarding school on each continent.
Yeah.
So
more than likely there will be one here.
So, I can look it up. It's probably in Brazil. It would make the most sense.
Do you know the names of the books off the top of your head? The movies?
Yeah.
Harry Potter movies?
Yeah.
Okay, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, and then what?
Order of the Phoenix.
Okay, and then what?
The Half-Blood Prince, and then the Deathly Hallows.
Were there 8 movies? 7 movies.
There was 8 movies because the 7th book was split into 2. Part 1 and Part 2.
So, 1, 2, 3,
7
4,
books, 8
5,
movies.
6.
This one right here.
That makes sense. Okay, so the reason I was looking that up is because, I think out of the 5 of us who watched Fantastic Beasts, I was the one who cared less about it.
Yeah, you were not.
I despise this movie.
Yeah.
It was so flipping boring.
Yeah.
And that's coming from someone who really, really enjoyed the first one.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the first one because I had no idea what to expect going into it.
And I remember your biggest argument is why call it Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them if they're not going to do anything about the beast.
And so the issue here is with me is that they haven't done anything to get me back on board.
Yeah.
Seeing Hogwarts, cool. Just make it a Harry Potter movie. Like, if you're going to put Hogwarts in it, just make it a Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
Or call it something different because we know that these movies, that their plan was to introduce the Fantastic Beasts, and then what they wanted to do was make a Dumbledore prequel.
Yeah.
Just make it a Dumbledore prequel then.
Well, you'll be happy because they canned the screenwriters from...
Well, so this is what I was getting to.
Okay, sorry.
This is what I was going to get to. The biggest... So, I could have cared less if they made a third one, quite honestly.
Yeah, I know.
If they made one, cool. I'm just bummed that they did dirty to Newt Scamander after the first one. And that's I mean, J.K. Rowling wrote them, and that's interesting because it's her baby. But they brought back Steve Klove, who is a key part of this success. Now, J.K. Rowling can write great books. She did a good job with the screenplay. The problem is, it was just a very boring screenplay. Book to movies transfers over very differently.
Yeah.
Steve Klove, on the other hand, is a veteran screenwriter who isn't just good at what he does. He did 7 of the 8 Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
The only one he didn't do is Order of the Phoenix,
which is like the most boring one.
And so, having him come in to work on not just a Harry Potter property, so not just work with the creator of Harry Potter, but the director of the last 4 Harry Potter movies who he probably worked with hand in hand. Yates. It makes complete sense. It's the best thing going for this movie at the moment.
Smart move.
The issue is, it still feels to me like they're going to play with this whole Dumbledore prequel thing.
That's what
and try to weave in Fantastic Beasts at the same time.
Yeah, it's like I said at the beginning of this. It should have never been called Fantastic Beasts. It should have been called something else that could tie them both.
And the crappy thing here is that, I mean, you know how I feel about the Lord of the Rings stuff. This is the way to get to me with fantasy elements. This type of thing. The problem is, Fantastic Beast is what Hobbit is to Lord of the Rings, and that is a very bad compliment.
Yeah,
a very bad compliment.
Yeah, you hate,
and it
Hobbit.
Sucks. It's a really big bummer, and so maybe they can turn the tide and give me something that I'm interested in for the next couple movies. But if this one, I mean, I'm already like kind of worried about it.
You're like halfway.
If this one doesn't do well, I'm out. Like I'm full out.
Yeah.
So.
And you freaking killed off Zoe Kravitz,
which is the worst part.
That probably was the worst.
Who knows?
Move.
Maybe she can come back.
Nah, she did. That was probably the worst move you made in the second movie.
And the cast of these movies is incredible. Like, Eddie Redmayne is great. Catherine Waterston is fantastic. Dan Fogler is so funny and good. Jude Law as Sexy Dumbledore works perfectly.
Sexy Dumbledore.
We mentioned how they made a giant mistake of letting go of Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp is a terrible Grindelwald. It just, I don't know. We'll see. This is like, I know that this is like cliche to say, but I'm gonna have to wait to see the trailer to really get a feeling about it.
No, I mean it's fair view. The last one was poo-poo, so.
And it comes out in November 2021, which is still a whiles away. So
yeah, so
2 years from now.
Yeah, we've got some time on it. But yeah, I mean, who knows at this point? I mean. Get back to the exploration.
Just give me the cursed child already. That's all I want. Or as they say in England, the cursed child. Just give it to me. Just give it to me.
Did you just make that up?
No.
No.
I just that's like I get it. You want to make something that makes money, and Harry Potter franchise is viable, and this is cool. It's making Warner Brothers some money, but just give us flipping Harry Potter. That's all we care about. Just give us flipping Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're gonna wait till those guys get old. And then they'll...
What's Harry's kid's name? It's Severus... it's Albus Severus Potter, right?
Albus Severus... I want to say Brian Potter.
That's... Wow. Albus and Severus and then Brian? Wow,
yeah.
He does a terrible name naming his children. Terrible.
Well, they're all named after people.
Who's Brian?
I don't know.
I'm looking this up.
Look it up. I'm almost certain... Because I remember being like, why is that name in there? And it's my name. But yeah, who knows? I mean, yeah, they need to...
James Sirius Potter, Albus Severus Potter, and Lily Luna Potter.
Oh. Maybe I just imagined inserting my name.
And you're the Harry Potter nerd.
I'm not going to know these kids' full names.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Fake.
Fake. Have you read Cursed Child?
No.
That thing is wild.
I haven't read a single Harry Potter book. Actually, that's a lie. I read the first 2 when I was really, really young. That's it.
Cursed Child is so good.
I've always wanted to read them, but look how big that book is. Look how big the book is.
Cursed Child's not a book. It's a screenplay.
I know it is. It's a play.
So
it takes 2 days.
No.
It's a 2-day play.
It literally just it's like a sentence.
Right,
sentence.
it's a 2-day play.
You can burn through that book.
It is a 2-day play. The play is a
That's
2-day
fine.
play.
People are acting. It takes more time.
2 days.
It's not as much as reading. Not as it. Yeah.
Are the Harry Potter books on audiobook? Do you know?
Of course they're on audiobook.
If they are, I'd do that.
We don't have time with Star Wars.
There's so true.
There's too
I've been
much
wanting to get on
say.
the Game of Thrones ones for so long, and I can't even do
I've
that.
had literally the Game of. You told me years.
I can't get to them because of it.
They're just sitting on my computer, like, hey.
Ooh, I just got a nice little update. Raiders just scored.
Oh, good, nice.
We record on Thursday nights for this, and they may have just got a interception. Or something.
Probably got called back.
Oh, intercepted! Yeah.
Anyway.